Is it still possible to make a meal for your family for $5? Let's find out. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. This week we're doing $5 dinners or $5 meals. These could be lunch, dinner, whatever. These are gonna be $5. Some of them are a little bit less than $5. Some are like cents over $5. But none of them exceed 6. So these are like $5 dinners, meals, whatever you wanna call them. They are delicious and nutritious. Now, these are not hard meals. These are super duper easy, but I'm gonna give you ways to kind of customize them and change them up, add a little spice, add a little kick, whatever works for your family, and to give you ways that, things that you can do if the budget that I give you isn't working for your family, maybe things you can do to change it up a little bit and make it work for you. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so the first $5 meal we're making does revolve around ramen. And I feel like ramen gets a bad rap, but you can literally get a pack of it at Walmart for 30 cents, which is a steal. And sometimes it's all you can afford. So I'm gonna show you how to take this ramen and add some extra nutrition. It's super simple and easy. I'm not gonna lie, this is not like a fancy whatever recipe. This is extremely, extremely simple. So the amount that I'm making today is like $1.76 for what I'm making. So let me show you what I'm using. Like I said, super simple. Let's get to it. Okay, so these are literally the only ingredients I need. I'm doing 2 packs of ramen. You may need more for your family. My husband is out of town, so we're just doing 2, but I'm just gonna do 2 packs of ramen and then a frozen bag of broccoli, which we probably won't even use the whole bag. So this is all we're using. Let me show you how to get started. Okay, so to get started, I'm just adding 4 cups of water to a pan to get our water boiling for the ramen. So I'm gonna do 2 of these. And here's my second one going in. So I'm just gonna take this and put it on high on my stove and let it get boiling. All right, so next I'm just taking a smaller pot and I'm gonna take my bag of frozen broccoli and I'm just gonna cut it open. And I'm not gonna use the whole bag. For your family, maybe you need it, but for me, I might do half the bag, if that. Probably about half the bag. That's all I'm doing. And I'm gonna put a little bit of water over top of this and then put it on the stove on like medium heat to defrost and cook for a little bit. Okay, so while my water is boiling, I'm gonna take my pack of ramen. I like to break it into 4 pieces. I'm doing this with each pack. I feel like it just breaks the noodles up a little bit so they're not as long, especially if you have little kids. It's super great for that as well. It comes out of the pack a little easier too. Okay, so our water is boiling. I'm gonna add in our packs of ramen. And I'm gonna get a fork and give that a good stir. All right, and I am just gonna let this cook. It really doesn't take very long at all, just a few minutes, but I'm gonna let this cook until the noodles are tender and not crunchy anymore. Okay, at this point in time, all the noodles were cooked through, so I added in the little chicken flavor packets that they give you. Along with the ramen, I added both of those. And then I turned off the heat and just gave this a good stir to make sure everything was incorporated. All our chicken seasoning was incorporated, made sure it all tasted really good. All right, so I'm doing this broccoli. I'm moving it over, and if you don't have broccoli, you could certainly do, if I had a bag of stir-fry vegetables, I probably would use that over broccoli, but I didn't. It's steamy, sorry. Or if you just have a bag of like frozen carrots and peas, like whatever you have on hand. I'm just gonna mix that all together. All right, so we've got our ramen and broccoli. It looks really good. We're gonna give it a little taste test. That is honestly really good. It's really good. You're adding in nutrition, but also flavor. And it's so simple. Like I said, I think this was like $1.76 to make for this. So crazy. Next time you make ramen, you need to spice it up like this. You can also add chicken or other proteins if you wanted. This is just, I wanted to show you like a super basic budget-friendly idea that makes it a little healthier for you. And that you feel like you're feeding your family good quality food, but on a budget. So definitely try this one out. All right, guys, we're back with another $5 meal today. I am really excited about this one. We kind of have a dreary, lazy day, hence the hair and the shirt and everything. So we're making a lazy, dreary day meal, which is gonna be really yummy. And this one costs $5.50 to make. We're doing soup and grilled cheese. This isn't just any soup. This is a soup I grew up with in like childhood. Like we ate this all the time. And it adds a little more protein than the normal, like some of the other soups you might think of, like chicken noodle or tomato. So I'm gonna show you what it is. It's really yummy. Let's get to it. Okay, so this one's gonna be super simple and easy, like I said, but some of these $5 meals are just super simple. They're easy, but they are delicious. And this one is gonna add some extra protein. So This is the soup I grew up on. Bean and bacon soup is absolutely delicious. If you have not had this soup, you have not lived. So this on the back here for half a cup is 7 grams of protein, which is a lot more than your other soups. Like your chicken noodle, I think has like 3 grams of protein a serving, or tomato is like 2 grams of protein a serving. So you got 7 grams of protein, which is going to help keep you fuller longer, which is awesome. And this is just absolutely delicious soup. And so all we're going to need, I'm going to do 2 cans of soup. You may need more, but that $5.50 that I'm doing is taking into account just the 2 cans of soup. These are 92 cents a piece, by the way. And then a thing of cheese, which is $2.24. I'm doing this sliced Colby Jack. You could do whatever you want, but that's just what I'm doing. And then a loaf of white bread from Great Value, which is $1.42. Like I said, I'm not going to use all of these ingredients, like all the cheese and all the bread, so you may not need all of it, so it won't cost quite as much as $5.50, if that makes sense. And at this point in time, things got a little crazy in my house, so we've got another voiceover for you. So after this, I put the cans of soup into the pot. So for those of you that got on me before about making sure my cans were scraped out, just give me a minute to show you what we're going to do. So I put both cans in, and then I filled each can with water, which you do because it's condensed soup. So you do 1 can of water per can of soup. So I did 2 cans of water, and that helps to also just get rid of all of the rest of the soup that was in the can stuck to the sides. And then I just put that on like medium heat. And then also got my grilled cheese going, had that sitting on there. And then once it was golden brown on one side, I flipped it just like a normal grilled cheese. I put butter on it as well. And then gave my soup a good stir. And I made sure that once I put the soup and the water in, that I gave it a really good mix and broke everything down, because it can get kind of chunky if you don't. And then I just waited till it was all heated up, turned off the heat, and plated it up. This was absolutely delicious, so good. And if you do have some ham or something, tomato, you can add that to your grilled cheese as well. That's what I did just because I had ham on hand. But if not, no need. But this is so delicious, budget friendly, and great for a crowd. Okay, we are on our 3rd day of $5 meals. Today we're making quesadillas, which are also a super easy meal. But I'm going to tell you a few ways that you can kind of jazz things up, spice things up a little bit. But quesadillas are great because they're just the ingredients are cheap, and the ingredients go a long ways. So I'm going to show you what we're needing to make these, and they are super simple and easy, like I said, so let's get to it. I should also mention this meal comes to $5.22 at my Walmart. I'll show you the ingredients, kind of what everything costs, and then we'll get to it. Okay, so these are the ingredients that you need: tortillas, refried beans, and cheese of your choice. I will tell you the price that I'm going off of is the price of the Great Value tortillas. My Walmart just didn't have them when I needed them, so my delivery substituted these instead. But I do like the Great Value ones better, and they do come in a pack of 10, and they're $1.98 per pack, which is awesome because when you have a pack of 10, you could make full quesadillas for 5 people. And sometimes I honestly only eat half. I only use 1 tortilla. So you may be able to stretch those a little bit farther as well, which is awesome. A can of refried beans, which is $1, crazy. And I feel like these go a long way too because they pack so much in here, which is awesome. And this is also Great Value brand. And then cheese of your choice. So this big bag, if you were to do like the $5 dinner, you would use a smaller bag. They have smaller bags of cheese for like $2.24. They're Great Value brand. I really like Colby Jack. You can use whatever cheddar, whatever you want. So these are the only ingredients you need. So I'm going to show you how I make it, and then I'm also going to give you a few other options of things you can add in if you have a little bit extra in your budget to make things go a little bit farther, or just to spice it up a little bit. Okay, so the first thing I do is just to take the beans and spread them on the tortilla, and this is just for like a half quesadilla, just for 1 person. You won't even have to put that much, and look how many beans I have. Like I have so much left. So these seriously go so far. You could use this can of beans probably for like 2 meals for your family. So depending on how many people are in your family, but I think they just go such a far way. Okay, so next I'm gonna, oh no. Next, I'm gonna take my cheese and sprinkle it on top of the beans. So I've got my cheese on top, and now I'm gonna get my pan warmed up, and I'm just gonna fold this over and then transfer it over to my pan on the stove. Okay, I'm taking my tortilla. I got my pan, it's heating up on medium heat. I'm just gonna stick it in here. And it takes a while, I feel like, when you first put it in, if you just turn your pan on, but we're gonna let it cook until it gets golden brown on each side, then we'll take it out. All right, we are golden brown on each side. We're gonna take this out and plate it up. So easy and simple. And I like to cut mine into like quarters, I guess. And then if you have sour cream and salsa on hand, you can top it off with that, or like Cholula, hot sauce, whatever you want. I like those, so I'm probably gonna top them off with that. If you have it on hand, if not, you don't need it, obviously. Look at that cheesy, so stinking good. Oh, look at that, delicious. All right, this is what it looks like after I put in my sour cream and salsa. Let's do a taste test. All right, we got our quesadilla. That is so good. Chef's kiss. Those are quesadillas. They are so good and they're so filling. I just feel like there's so many components. It has your protein, your carbs, your healthy fats, all that good stuff. And they are just really filling. You get all of it. So it's just really delicious. And I love this because you don't have to customize them. If you don't have enough money to afford the cheese or the beans, just do cheese or just do beans. I have a sister that only likes beans on her quesadillas, so she just does beans. So really, you can make these work for your family, whatever situation that you are in. I also love these because you can add things on. If you have a little bit extra in your budget and you want to add some things on that are cheap and easy, things that we love adding are whole pinto or black beans, just because they add a little bit of texture, a little bit something different. Cans of corn, I love adding corn. You can also get frozen bags of bell peppers and onions and kind of saute those, kind of like a fajita feel. And you could add those in between. You could just do onions. You can do chicken, beef if you have it in your budget. We love quesadillas with those extra add-ins if you have them, but you totally don't need them. And on the side, if you have it, you can add fruit, veggies, whatever you have on hand to feed your family. Just know that it is possible to feed your family on a budget, and it is possible to make them nutritious and delicious meals. This is a delicious meal. I feel like sometimes these kinds of things are looked down upon, these easy, cheap meals, but they are good and they feed your family, and that's all that matters. All right, so here are your 3 $5 meals. I hope you guys enjoyed them and that you will use them and that you will customize them and make them work for your family. These are super easy meals, but I hope that I gave you ways that you can kind of change them a little bit and add some variety and spice to them, a little kick action. I hope that this was helpful, that this helps you find more ways to provide for your family and to feed them, because in this crazy world today, it can be so hard, and I totally understand that, and I totally feel that in my own family, and I just want you to feel like you're not alone and to feel seen and know that it is possible, absolutely possible, to feed your family. So please, please, please do just that. No matter what budget you have, there are so many options out there for you and for your family. Please take these and use them. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe below for more videos like this. And let's help each other provide for our families and make delicious, delicious foods. If you have other $5 meals or cheap and easy meals ideas, please share them below. I would love to try them and I'd love to share them with everyone else. So thank you for being here. We'll see you guys soon.